And it's Iniesta. And that could set him on his way. He's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. There is from Ribéry, just a smashing player, Jim.
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll see an awful lot of him out on the wing here, Peter. He'll inject an awful lot of energy and pace into this team's attack, but he's also got an eye for a killer ball. That's why he's racked up so many assists at club level.
Yeah, double figures every season is the norm for him. Great numbers.
Yeah, can't argue with stats like that.
Davids. Ronaldinho. Gets a good foot in there. Pull it. Mateus. Thuram calmly anticipates. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Now it's Ronaldinho. Iniesta. Vieira. Mateus. Out to the left it goes. Ribéry going face to face with his great rival. Nice bit of trickery. Mateus. Pretty cagey early on from both sides. And it's Vieira. And he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. Messi looking to penetrate opposition lines. Can he finish? Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
Well, there are a few pockets of space that are being exploited, and they need filling, and fast.
Roberto Carlos. And it's Gullit. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
And that's clear cut, it's a free kick.
Só, meu pai já quer a sopa, tá?
Still goalless.
Pode.
Passes coming off in quick succession here.
Oh, that was expansive and incisive, the type of move to please any coach.
Van Balten cuts it out. That is a great pick out. Ronaldinho. A real chance if he can get through. Oh, what's he giving here? He's given a penalty. Corinthians have themselves a chance from the spot. So this the chance to fire his team in front. And he's buried it! 1-0! A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
Yeah, the keeper was trying to make him think that he was going to dive one way here. Could have just held a little longer.
So we have our breakthrough.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
Vieira takes control of it and he's on the move. Messi. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Now it's Ribéry. Iniesta. Ronaldinho. And here's the chance to counter. Messi has it in a wide position. Nice control. And it's Ronaldinho. Ribéry. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it. Iniesta really added the width there thanks to his willingness to make the run.
Brilliantly cut out. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Messi. And Mateus.
You can never be short of runners in the space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Firmly met. It's a sharp little ball here. Ribéry. Ribéry! They've done it! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, that's something that'll make the manager proud, because they dug in deep then and they've got their leveller. Perhaps deserves a little bit of sympathy here, because that's a goalkeeper's nightmare. It's clear that the keeper was unsighted by his defence, and by the time he picked up the flight of that, it was too late.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
And they've got a throw. Van Balken. Araujo kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Roberto Carlos. Vieira. And here's Messi. Cafu. Oh, important interception. Bullet. Ronaldinho. Now it's Messi. And Messi! And that's it for the first half. A breathless ending. So half-time, and it is all square. Neither able to pull away from the other, but that is not due to any shortage of effort on either side. It's a goodish game, this, and at half-time, it's one each. So both teams heading off for the break. An interesting game has brewed up here, hoping perhaps for a little bit more from both parties in the second half, but the score at half-time is 1-1.
Substituição no time do Corinthians. Camisa 8. Vai ser substituído pelo jogador.
And that's the second half started.
Corinthians clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
And it's Messi. Played into space out wide. Messi. Cafu. Looking for options for movement. Swept in. And that is expertly dealt with.
Barcelona making a fresh attempt to release someone in behind from back to front. And this is something different.
Now it's Hullet. Vieira running with the ball. And here's Messi. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Roberto Carlos promptly onto that, and that is that. Mateus, and here's Messi. It's run loose here. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Araujo getting this one clear.
Well, that's the first attempt, Peter, we've seen at one of those raking passes just to spread the play.
And it's Vieira. Aims beyond the defence. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out.
Yes.
Corinthians do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Vieira. Can he get it through? And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside.
Substituição em andamento.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. So a double change here, and both changes are offensive.
It's a bold move. The manager's made his intentions pretty clear. He's going for this.
Davids, Ronaldinho. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Xavi makes the interception. Messi, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Ronaldinho chasing after it. Messi, a player who needs no introduction. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Well, that's well spotted. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Van Bouten has got himself a free kick. Corinthians are making a change now. Neymar coming on to a rapturous reception. It is the moment we've all waited for.
Well, I find it a little surprising he was on the bench to start with, Peter, but listen, I'm still excited to see him in action.
Expertly cut out, really nicely done.
Corinthians showing a good level of intensity at this stage. They're calling on all their resources now.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Griezmann, Mateus, threads one in. Decent hit! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Substituição.
Barcelona making consecutive changes here. Now it's Messi. Genuine physical edge about this game. It is quite attritional. I think that's offside. Yes, it is.
Substituição no time do Corinthians.
So there's going to be another change here.
Camisa 9, camisa 10. Deixando o campo para a entrada de camisa 12, camisa 25, camisa 22.
And it's Neymar. Communication breakdown there, it seems.
Ué. Dá o quê na minha cara? Nossa, é doido.
He's gone forward. 5 minutes left on the clock. David Villa. Cafu. David Villa is in a really good position out wide. Vitinha. Real chance here. That's been drilled in.
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.
Beckenbauer, and the pass is intercepted.
Ah, meu
So
Deus.
Carlos kept his eye on it, and he's there. Pedri. We are into overtime. Here's Beckenbauer. He could be in here. He's through, now is he in? And he's made sure that's not getting through. So that's it. It is all over. So it does end all square. Inspiration, perspiration, both on show in equal measure. Just not enough. Well, there's no doubt that this is a game which holds a special place in the minds of the footballing folk in this part of the world. Expectations rising, evidently the crowd hoping to be treated to a special contest. It is the perfect backdrop for the players to walk out to. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. And as you can see, we've already started here. Nicely aimed pass. Now it's Gullit. And it's Messi. Messi producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Mbappe. Oh, easy pickings there. Ronaldinho will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Davids. Well, here's your hero, goal scorer, match winner, saviour, all in one. Lionel Messi is indeed one of a kind, and history shows that he is all of those things and so much more.
Yeah, and we can testify to that, having covered quite a few of those games where he showed the very best qualities.
Time after time, it is a tale of the extraordinary, and we've come to expect the extraordinary from him.
We have.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Shot could be on. Davids. Piqué did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Hits one! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
Gullit deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
And we have our very first corner. They've played it short. And here's Ronaldinho. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Oh, that's a fine interception. And that has been clubbed away. Gullit. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Maldini gets rid without sophistication. Messi, and he was alert to it.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
And it's Ronaldinho. And here's Gullit. Xavi. Messi with a definite foul there. Fantastic goal! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. Well, that was wonderful in every regard. Vision, concept, and considerable accuracy.
Well, he made it look effortless. Clearly a training ground perfectionist.
A 1-0 lead established.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
Great ball if he can get there. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Oh, what has happened here? Shapes to shoot. Well, now it's a race for the ball. Corinthians are seeing a lot of the ball and have a 1-0 lead to show for it. Davids. Ronaldinho. Davids. Ronaldinho could try cutting inside here. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Beckenbauer gets his final warning.
Well, I think the referee would have told him to rein it in or suffer the consequences.
Oh, how's that for a goal? A finish of true class. And again, they simply do not know what has hit them. That was beautiful. Something close to genius.
Look, there's an awful lot that can go wrong from that range. How good was that?
Corinthians are doing very nicely, thank you.
No doubt as to who has the momentum here now. The only doubt is how many is coming.
Ronaldinho. Coming up to half-time, leading, and things are looking pretty good. And it's Ronaldinho. That looks a cracking ball. He's had a hit! And more, and more, and more! And they're at it again, in double quick time! Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Oh, what a finish. I mean, an instinctive finish at that, and he probably didn't even have time to think about it too much.
And now he has two. 3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Looking for the runner. Plenty to aim at here. It's a foul, it's in the box, it's a penalty. Corinthians presented with a golden opportunity here. The chance to pull further clear. Calm as you like, and they're running away with it. A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
You know, he would have been embarrassed had the keeper held his position then.
Corinthians are having a ball here.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Just eases him off the ball. And we've reached half-time. It has been a half throughout which they have carved through the opposition almost at will, ripping things up big time here.
Corinthians have been more or less perfect, I would say. Their manager's all smiles, and he's got every reason to be.
Corinthians have been nothing short of awesome in the first 45 minutes. A truly memorable performance on all counts. And it has to be said, this match is well and truly already won. And that's the start of another 45 minutes. So both teams emerge the same as they were before the break. Engages and forces him off the ball. Pedri charging forward, the ball at his feet. Davids. Messi. Ronaldinho. Messi. And Messi! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Xavi.
This is the time you need that pace.
And it's Vieira. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Adriano. Pedri looking to get on the end of this. And it's hoisted clear. Messi. And the counter is on. Now it's Messi. And he's straight offside. And he was quick to react. Cruzeiro are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan. They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Oh, played right into his path. Abbiati comes out and deals with it. Quarter of an hour into the second half. No, that was never going to make it. And now the breakaway.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
And it's Messi. Very nicely done. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Corinthians looking to... And the shot! He scores! And it adds further to a heavily one-sided scoreline. This is getting punishing.
Look, all they want to hear right now is the final whistle. They've been humiliated.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here. Ronaldinho. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. He's got away. And here's Mbappe. Mbappe! It's in! That is just remarkable, the amount of bend he got on that.
You know, I'm not going to be hard on the goalkeeper because that moved all over the place on its journey.
They're still trying to make a game of this. And it's Messi. Oh, this is a great position. Schneider. Messi. Cruzeiro finding their passes. And here's Messi. Messi cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
Now it's Xavi. Oh, it's come loose. 75 minutes played. Oh, Red, nice interception. That's been cut out, well played. And here's Messi. Oh no, no circumventing this opponent. And that is a little undercooked. He certainly caught him there, it's a free kick. He knew what was coming, that's a yellow card. So the wait is over, we can finally get going. Welcome to everybody who has joined us for this unmissable game. Hugely anticipated, hugely hyped. Undoubtedly the place to be at this moment in time. The great team, the people's team, that is what Corinthians have come to be called over the years. And this, of course, is the ultimate sanctuary for those who only see black and white. The action has already started. Davids. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Bullets! Oh, that's quite incredible!
As openings go, this is up there. Another magnificent finish from Mr. Magnificent. This could be good, very good.
It was the crispest of hits. He just crashed it in.
That is just the top drawer finish. He was always in control and couldn't have placed it any better.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. He's got the shot away!
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
He's one-on-one, surely! Chance! They've scored! Not one, but two. It is a dream start. That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
Corinthians are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
2-0 ahead already. It's been an almost perfect start. Iniesta was in no mood for any of that. Gets a good foot in there. Looking for the run.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
And we have our very first corner. And the finish! No mistake! We have got ourselves a game here.
Listen, goals change games, and that has changed the whole complexion of this one. They have the momentum now.
Davids. And here's Hullet. Davids. Oh, nice touch. And here's Hullet. Oh, he's been flattened there. Oh, he's got a crucial block in there. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And it's Ronaldinho. Neither of these two want to come off second best. And here's Messi. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out.
Yeah, that's top defending and preventing him turning, which can open up many possibilities.
And here's Messi. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Ronaldinho. Davids showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Rafinha.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Whistle's gone, that's foul. And he's going to have his name taken. Ronaldinho is there to clear. Could be danger here. He might be in here. Big chance, must be. Big chance. Goal! There is a man right at the top of his game, and he just knows it.
Look, there just wasn't much of a gap to begin with, and to find it, I think it was a fine drive, and I don't think the keeper could have really planned for that. I think he's a bit unlucky in that instance.
And with that, the hat-trick is complete.
Well, he's been the outstanding player on the pitch and devastating in front of the goal. What a display, what a player.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Look, this position ought to convince them to increase their lead. I think they should be really positive about this now, Peter.
Beckham simply refused to be outdone there. Corinthians looking forward to the break after some very good work in the first 45 minutes. Corinthians do have a chance to counter here. Hullet is herring after that one. Neymar. No, he's just misjudged that one. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. And here's Ronaldinho. Davids. Gives it back. Now it's Neymar.
2 minutos de acréscimo.
Taken off it pretty forcefully. And it's Gullit. And he's away. Threads one in. Rafinha. And the whistle goes for half-time.
Well, it's hard to say whether a 2-goal advantage under these circumstances is decisive or not, but so far I haven't really seen enough to indicate that the opposition can come out in the second half and improve to that degree.
Corinthians are broadly in charge, but the contest is still alive at 3-1. Here we go again. No changes at half-time that we're aware of. Maldini cuts it out. Davids. That's a sharp pass.
Messi really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Nicely aimed pass. I think that's a corner. Yes, it is. Messi goes short. And now they can spring out of defence. There's the shot! Surely now they are well and truly out of sight. And the lead is extended still further.
Oh, Peter, it's a lovely piece of deception in shaping to whack it and then opting for a lovely little lob.
Great chance! Gullit. Messi. Now it's Gullit. And he's lost his man here. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Messi was ultimately thwarted there, but it took a few of them to stop him.
Oh, I was on the edge of my seat then. He just took on one too many.
And here's Messi. It's a good spell of possession, this. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Nice try, but he wasn't buying it. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now it's Neymar. He's picked his way through. Pass is just off target.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Davids. Ronaldinho. Great ball if he can get there. And they can counter here. That is good alertness. And it's Gullit. Messi. Now decent hit! And yes, it's there! It is no contest. It is a landslide.
That's just downright fabulous. Both the disguise and the control, and then that gentle scoop.
Aos 22 minutos do segundo tempo, pelo jogador, camisa 10.
So the wait is over, we can finally get going. Welcome to everybody who has joined us for this unmissable game. Hugely anticipated, hugely hyped, undoubtedly the place to be at this moment in time. The great team, the people's team, that is what Corinthians have come to be called over the years. And this, of course, is the ultimate sanctuary for those who only see black and white. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. And it's Xavi. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. That's going to go a long way. And here's Hullet. Batistuta is onto this.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
That's really well manoeuvred. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Now it's Messi. He could be in here. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Corinthians clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Great ball, and he's in here. That's tidy. Xavi. Oh, he's in! Turns and goes back. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
Well, down the years, of course, Argentina have produced some of the greatest striking talent ever, and Gabriel Batistuta embodies that.
Yeah, he does. And in terms of out-and-out goal-scoring centre-forwards, I can't recall much better.
So you fancy him to score today?
I would think there's an extremely good chance.
Oh, he's played it in low. And he's there to clear it. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Messi, very much a man of this moment. It's Lampard! Magnificent! A finish of true class!
Yeah, I'd call that transition with bite. They won it back and bit hard.
A 1-0 lead established.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
And it's played forward. Corinthians have it back and can go again. Passing nice and neat. Corinthians are behind here despite their domination of possession. Kubo is in a really good position out wide. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Lampard. No, he's not going to get any further than that. Now it's Messi. And it's Ronaldinho. And that could set him on his way. Goes down, but nothing given. So what can they make of this? Yamal. And there's green grass ahead of him. Batistuta! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Brazil with the corner, they're first. Vieira attempts a clearance. Corinthians have the chance to go the other way. He's found a way through. Oh, look at this. There's the hit! It's in! They are right back in business.
Well, that's something that'll make the manager proud, because they dug in deep then and they've got their leveller.
There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
No other outcome there. That was bang in the corner. Unstoppable.
Real chance! And he's quick to get it clear again. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Messi. Looking for options for movement. A lot of... He's had a hit! It's there! The vision wonderful, the technique perfect.
It just came down to a battle of wills between him and the keeper, and he won it with a cracking piece of trickery.
Corinthians take the lead.
No doubt as to who has the momentum here now. The only doubt is how many is coming.
That is a great pick out. Now this could be a chance. Ronaldinho. Now it's Messi. Shot a goal! Oh, taken with style. And they're at it again in double quick time.
Look, there just wasn't much of a gap to begin with, and to find it, I think it was a fine drive, and I don't think the keeper could have really planned for that. I think he's a bit unlucky in that instance.
2 goals on the day, and he's had a hit. And it's half-time here.
Well, it's hard to say whether a 2-goal advantage under these circumstances is decisive or not, but so far I haven't really seen enough to indicate that the opposition can come out in the second half and improve to that degree.
Corinthians head in for half-time with a 3-1 lead. And we're underway again. Batistuta is sporting a guilty... This is Messi. And the shot! Yes! How good is he right now? His boots twinkling at their golden best.
Yeah, but how about that coolness and confidence, Peter, to see where the keeper was and then produce a beautiful response.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
Well, he's made this game all about him. He's got a fantastic appetite for goals.
So now the difference is 3. Caught offside that time. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Now it's Gullit. And it's Lampard. Kubo going face-to-face with his great rival. Ronaldinho. Gullit. Now Davids. No, that's been intercepted. Lampard.
That dugout has had some relief at least, but now the harder work starts. They've got to push for more.
Yamal is offering some sort of an apology there.
The movement was good, but the pass lacked authority, a cause of mild frustration.
Oh, can he get onto this? Ronaldinho. And it's Messi. Chiellini spots it and intercepts. Messi. Davids. Gullit.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
And he welcomes it in. Gullit he's had a shot! Oh, that's a brilliant save! Cleared away. That's a throw. So the wait is over, we can finally get going. Welcome to everybody who has joined us for this unmissable game. Hugely anticipated, hugely hyped. Undoubtedly the place to be at this moment in time. And the matchday noise at this place is truly special. The pride, the passion, it adds to a massive sense of occasion. And as you can see, we've already started here. This easily the most keenly anticipated of today's games. Goes down, but nothing given. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Now it's Gullit. And he was quick to react. Threads one in. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, Peter, this team has a great engine room in the shape of this guy, Tchouaméni. The Frenchman being a robust, relentless pressing machine who also excels in ball retention and recycling. I noticed he's surprisingly good at progressing play when on the ball too. Keep watching him.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. Now it's Xavi. He's found a way through. And he's cut it out. Messi. Pretty cagey early on from both sides. And here's Messi. That's very neat. Oh, shooting chance! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Oh, he's really looking like he's on the very top of his game here.
Corinthians with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. They've played it short, and here's Messi. Caught offside that time. It's Ronaldinho. That's a sharp pass. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Thuram. Neither side yet able to find the net. Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos. He ran himself into trouble there, free kick given away. Well, you might think he got off lightly, it is just a verbal warning. Decent hit and on target. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. He's played him through. Face to face with the... Now the finish! Oh, it's there!
Yeah, I'd call that transition with bite. They won it back and bit hard.
25 minutos do primeiro tempo pelo jogador, camisa 20.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Oh, he's just loving that. Certainly gives you a very unique feeling. Tremendous.
And it's Xavi. Xavi cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
No, that was never going to make it. Just more than 15 minutes till half-time. And here's Ronaldinho. Davids. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. And it's Ronaldinho. Oh, there's a probing ball. Rummenigge pinches it off him. Vieira. Rummenigge. Adriano looking understandably energised after his goal. Davids.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Now it's Hullet. Davids. Now it's Hullet. And Hullet! Yes! Corinthians are back in business. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Well, I think he was saying to his teammates, how dare you doubt me?
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Look, Peter, I was on the fence before a bullet was kicked, and I still haven't moved.
There could be trouble here, but for now the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket. Beauty! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. And the comeback is complete. A true beauty of a goal, so brilliantly executed.
Look, there's an awful lot that can go wrong from that range. How good was that?
Corinthians take the lead.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Passes short and sharp. He's found a way through. He is just caressing the ball. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And here's Ronaldinho. Messi. Gullit. Oh, it's fallen kindly here. Rummenigge. And he's intervened well there. And the half-time whistle goes. Corinthians come roaring back in quite some style. We've got a very different game now. And we are up to the break.
Well, Peter, I'm just thinking of the best way to describe that. Frantic, frenzied. It was unmissable and it was irresistible. Forget about the analysis on this one, just enjoy it.
Well, it is a game with plenty at stake, and that does show. Highly competitive, combative, confrontational. It is what you would expect from a game of this magnitude. Corinthians head into the half-time break with a narrow advantage. It is 2-1. And the game has already resumed here. Decent hit! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
It's their second corner of the game. And it's been taken short. Palmeiras have the chance to go the other way. Gullit short changes him with that pass. And it's Batistuta. And he cuts out the supply. Messi is herring after that one. That has been cut short. And now the breakaway. That's really well manoeuvred. Nuno Mendes. Another pass, just keeps it ticking over. Oh, what's he done? Well, clearly he didn't mean it that way, and he is as disappointed as anyone.
It speaks for itself, doesn't it? Best left there.
Ronaldinho in with the challenge. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Well, that pass isn't the best. Xavi. Palmeiras are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
And he's there to retrieve it.
Palmeiras are definitely going about this the right way.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Vieira promptly onto that, and that is that. Shot could be on. Back when it goes. Oh, now this is interesting, and the referee has pointed to the spot. Corinthians could not have hoped for a better opportunity. Well, they say football's only a game, but you should try telling this lot. Without a doubt, it is the week's most eagerly awaited contest. A sporting event which has magnificent scenery as its backdrop. It is tribal, and it has aroused the most primal of instincts in so many of us. And we are glad to have you alongside us for it. Well, there is a euphoric atmosphere in the stands here in the Arena MRV. It's what we've come to expect when Mineiro are at home. If you're just joining us, we are already on this. Tried one! An early chance there, first of the game.
It was very much worth a try, and I've seen worse. That should tee him up nicely for his next attempt at least.
Araujo with the clearance. And now a sudden chance to counter. Torres. And the counter is on. Alessandro Costacurta, he doesn't have what you'd call a classic centre-back's physique, does he?
No, but his game is never really about athleticism, power and the physical stuff. He never has to let it be.
It's interesting because he's still become considered one of the greatest defenders of his time. How's that?
Well, it's characteristics like leadership, his class, his tenacity. He's nigh on perfect reading of the game and all done with immaculate discipline.
Torres. And it's Ronaldinho. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
First quarter of an hour gone. Adams calmly anticipates. Owen. He's in plenty of space here. Brilliantly cut out. Corinthians do have a chance to counter here. Byrne kept his eye on it, and he's there. Costacurta. He's under a lot of pressure there. He's got tall. And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Batistuta actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
It's their second corner of the game. Thuram tries to clear. Has a goal! And he has kept it out somehow.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
So, third corner of the game. Corinthians are looking to go forward now. That's a nicely measured pass. Now it's Hullet. He's shifting through the gears here. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
Well, you could see he was eager to get a shot away, but there was too much flesh and bone in his path.
Van Dijk did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Great ball if he can get there. It's Ronaldinho! It is a fantastic goal! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! First blood drawn. Sharp, simple, satisfying. He just knew what was on.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
So we have our breakthrough.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Pedri. Owen. And he's taking no chances there. Nice sequence of passes this. Turns and goes back. Great chance! And one more try! No mistake! They're level in a trice!
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
That's no fluke, it's what he was there for.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now.
Pedri. A searching ball that into space. Van Dijk promptly onto that, and that is that. Batistuta! Goal! Atletico Mineiro! And the game is well and truly turned on its head.
Well, when the game's played like that, it's made to look very simple. You know, I love watching football like this. Easy, effective, 1-2 and bang. Thanks very much.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Well, that's beautifully weighted. Picked out brilliantly. It's Ronaldinho!
Ronaldinho made it all look so simple there before he invited his own complications. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Ronaldinho plays it short. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Davids. Torres is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. And we hit half-time. So after a truly engaging first half, it remains right on edge. Things still very much in the mix in what is shaping up to be a super contest. 2 on the score at the break, and every indication that both parties are capable of adding more. So there was the first half.
Oh, what a half. It's been pulsating and totally absorbing. We're actually headed for a potential classic if this carries on. This is insanely good.
So off we go once more.
Corinthians really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Chance here to counter. Davids. Casemiro does well to get it back. And it's Owen. Now it's Gnabry. And he stands tall, impenetrable. Corinthians can't breathe again, just.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Adams makes the interception. Costa Curta. Gnabry gets into some space. Ronaldinho. Davids. And there's his chance to lead the counter. And here's Hullet. Hullet. Now it's Messi. He's found some space. And the shot! Goal! Once more they've done it! They just will not lie down!
Yeah, and it's very much deserved in the circumstances. In these games, it's so tempting to maybe get a little sorry for yourselves, but there's none of that.
The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
Substituição no time do Atlético Mineiro. Camisa 10. Sai para a entrada do jogador. Camisa 18. Teremos uma substituição.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually. Quite a thriller this one's become.
Oh, look, Peter, I was on the fence before a ball was kicked, and I still haven't moved.
Owen unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Messi, now it's Messi. And the ball is out of play. ...60 minutes played. Araujo picks it up from the goal kick. Looking for the run. Corinthians perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. That pass isn't the best. Davids. And it's Messi. And here's the chance to counter. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Atletico Mineiro upping the intensity here, having lost possession.
Yeah, it's actually very good pressing. They want it back as quickly as they can get it, and they're hunting in packs to do just that.
Good to watch.
It really is. It's rugged and robust, but it still needs plenty of intelligence and teamwork.
Substituição no time do Atlético Mineiro.
We have got changes here from both sides, in fact.
Vai ser substituído pelo jogador camisa 16. Substituição.
Corinthians have now used up all but one of their substitution windows. Neymar. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And here's Xavi. Neymar. Now it's Neymar. Terrific header! That's a decent clearance. And it's Xavi. Vieira. And here's Hullet. That's tidy. And he's there to retrieve it. Hullet. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Passes short and sharp. Casemiro defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Torres. He can run onto that. Oh, that's a key interception.
Atletico Mineiro showing a good level of intensity at this stage. They're calling on all their resources now.
Messi, Hullet, Messi, Torres. Torres. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
He's had a shot! And that is doing no harm at all.
Oh, look, I don't want to sound too dismissive, but from here, that looked the harder thing to do.
Substituição em andamento.
Well, there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. Engages and forces him off the ball. Oh, what has happened here? Works it forward. Oh, delightful ball.
Look, it's a run defences dislike.
Up he goes!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Oh, that is a sweet finish, gorgeously controlled and ruthlessly dispatched.
Well, I think he knew all he had to do was get it under control, and it was always going to end up in the back of the net thereafter.
And that means just one thing, match ball.
Well, he's made this game all about him. He's got a fantastic appetite for goals.
Atletico Mineiro take what looks to be a decisive lead.
Well, the last moments now, Peter, are going to be very frantic. There's still time for a twist or two yet. I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Decent hit! That's a lovely, neat pass. Gnabry. Thuram does really well to win the ball there. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Little doubt, that is a foul. And he's going to have his name taken. It's Figo. Can he latch on to this? Oh, smashing header! And that is the end of it. They hung on right till the finish. Corinthians did lead. Indeed, they controlled, but they managed to throw it all away. A defeat made even more painful by the way it came to pass. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Well, they were posed with problems in wide areas, and they couldn't find a solution to those wide defensive positions. Shocking, really.